Rachmat Kaimuddin's promotion to CEO of e-commerce firm Bukalapak early last year came as a surprise to many, including himself. The former financier was tapped for the job because the company's investors saw him as the right person to staunch the flow of red ink and put the 11-year-old firm on a path of profitability. But just 2 months into his tenure, everything changed. The pandemic began to spread through Indonesia, and the company's 2,000-plus employees turned to their new chief executive looking for answers. For most of my colleagues, the COVID-19 pandemic is probably the first real crisis that they had to face in their adult life, says Kaimuddin, who at age 42 feels like a grey hair among Bukalapak's ranks of youthful tech workers. But having more life experience, as he puts it, allows him to speak with greater authority and give his colleagues some hope. The majority of Bukalapak's employees were not yet born during the Asian financial crisis in 1997, and too young to remember much from the global financial crisis in 2008, he says. Kaimuddin, on the other hand, vividly recalls Lehman Brothers' collapse and other events from the financial meltdown, which unfolded shortly after he received an MBA from Stanford University and began working at a private equity firm. It was a bad time to be starting a new job in finance. Today, however, he points to that experience and tells his colleagues, "We've seen these cycles before. Regardless of how bad it is, as long as we survive, this too will pass," Kaimuddin says, referring both to the company's survival and its workforce. Indonesia has been hit particularly hard by the pandemic. The health ministry has recorded almost 3 million confirmed cases so far, and the country has recently been reporting more daily infections than India and Brazil. In spite of all this, Kaimuddin, to his credit, appears to have Bukalapak heading in the right direction. The online marketplace was able to continue operating as transactions soared during lockdowns that required all but a skeleton crew of Bukalapak's employees to work from home. And now the company is set to become the first Indonesian tech unicorn to list on the country's stock exchange. Bukalapak raised $1.5 billion in Indonesia's largest ever initial public offering, according to Reuters. Bukalapak reportedly priced its shares at 850 rupiah, 5.9 cents each, the top of its indicative range, giving the company a valuation of about $6 billion. It's due to begin trading on August 6. We have been very positively surprised with the momentum and the level of interest from both domestic and international investors, says Alvin Sariaatmadja, President-Director of Emtek, the largest shareholder of Bukalapak, adding that he hopes the company will become the bellwether for future share sales by other local tech firms. Bukalapak's roster of investors also includes Singapore's sovereign wealth fund GIC, China's Ant Group, US